It's time again for another installment of The Basics, and on today's show, I want to get into the alternate universe cards in the Star Trek card game. This is another episode I should have done sooner in the series, but I just thought about it recently, and there's a lot to cover, so let's go. Now, back when the Alternate Universe expansion came out for the Star Trek CCG, it gave us a new dimension of gameplay with the Alternate Universe cards, and that being any personnel or ship or artifact that had this little red icon next to it. But you couldn't just put them in with your deck like normal cards. They have to be brought out in a certain way, and that certain way is by using doorway cards, of which two of them were included with the Alternate Universe expansion, and then more doorways came out as expansions in time progressed. The main one being the Alternate Universe door. And this plays on table during the siege phase. So it allows any personnel or ship or artifact, whatever, with that little red icon to be brought out and used in the game. The other one that came out right away was the Davidian door, and this allows you to play a card as the future. You'd play this not in the seed phase, but in the normal turn phase of the game. So any card that has future in its lore, you would bring this out and use it, and that would encompass a wide range of cards as well. Later expansions brought out the space-time portal. You can either seed it or play it on table, so it works like that and like that, except it's for pretty much any alternate universe iconed card. And then with the Voyager expansion, we had the temporal micro wormhole. Again, seeds or plays on table. Your personnel and equipment with the alternate universe and ships may report for duty. Now, with having those doorways in your deck, seeding or putting in your draw deck, it brings out your alternate universe cards, and there are many different cards to choose from to put in your deck. I don't have any equipment cards out because they're not as important as some of the other cards. Personnel is the big one. There are a lot of personnel from different sets with the alternate universe logo, as well as some of the special sets that came out. Ensign Tuvok, for example, and Garrick, they were part of a special set. The Traveler, Captain Koloth from the Mirror Universe set, Jack Crusher, Commander Tomalak. There are a lot of good personnel that you can add to most affiliations that have the alternate universe symbol that you need the doorways to bring out. There are also a lot of unique ships that came out with the alternate universe icon. The USS Enterprise C, which I used to have in my Federation deck for a period of time because it came in handy. The IKC Feklar for Klingons, if you remember from All Good Things, has a hell of a good range at 11. The Phoenix from the First Contact set, and the Decius, a Romulan warbird from the future. Now, there are more ships than that. I don't have time to go over all of them, but combining a lot of these ships with a lot of the alternate universe personnel in your deck really makes a difference because you have all the added attributes. You have ships that have better range, or in some case better weapons or shields than you'd find in your normal ships, and it can really help you complete missions that quickly when you're using this all as a big combination. Then, on top of that, you have alternate universe icon artifacts such as Magic Carpet Ride OCD, Cryo Satellite, and the Risican Flute, which also has a points bonus added to it. So, again, this goes back to what I repeat all the time on this show. It comes down to deck building and what you want your deck to do. By adding in a lot of these alternate universe cards and ways to bring them out, it enhances your deck and makes it even more potent in gameplay. Again, you have to tailor these to an affiliation. You don't just want to throw everything in that deck, but it's my recommendation when you're using alternate universe cards that you have one or two of the alternate universe doors for the seed phase and a couple space-time portals for your normal draw deck. The Davidian door, you can put one of those in. I don't use the temporal micro wormhole. I do have a few of them, but I don't use them because it does have a few limits on it, which I don't need to get into. Whereas alternate universe and space-time portal, you can pretty much bring out anything with an alternate universe icon. So It gives you more options with those two, basically. As expected, there are different cards in the game that will null and void your doorways for Alternate Universe and get rid of your personnel and ships and artifacts and equipment. And more than likely your opponent will be keen to watch for this, as you will be doing if he does the same thing by bringing out the same kind of cards. That being said, there are ways around all of that, and it is still worth it to have Alternate Universe cards in your deck, providing you have the doorways and the ways to get them out and use them effectively. You don't just want them as fillers, they need to be used to their full potential in the game. That's all for today. Have a great day.